Hello everyone. In this lesson, we're gonna talk about cardinality, obligation, and relationship in general. So it is a really important lesson. Alright? So let's get started. So what is cardinality? Well, we can say that cardinality is about quantity, the quantity of registers. So let me get here the text tool to create a text. One moment. So cardinality is about quantity. Nice? Is about how many values you want in one field. For instance, in our database project here, we have the address, right? The address. So each user in our database project should have one address. One address. So it is the cardinality of the address field. Each user should have one address, and that's it. One. Not zero, not more than one. Just one address. So it is the cardinality of the address field relation to the users table. Nice? So cardinality is basically it. Is about the quantity of a determinate value. Right? So in this case here, the cardinality of the address field, in other words, of the address table, is 1, because it means that each user in my system, each user in my database project should have one address. So we have here the phone table. With the phone table, the thing is different, because in my system I want to the user have more than one phone. So the user can have more than one phone number. It's because we create one single table just for the phones, because in this way we are following the first rule of the first normal form, which means that vectorized fields should become another table. So it means that our phone table is one single table, because previously in our database project we have a field here called phone that stores more than one phone. So in my system I want to the user have more than one phone. I want to the user have how many phones numbers that it wants. So we say that the cardinality of the phone here, of the phone table here, is n. N in database design means how many you want. Nice? So it is cardinality. Basically, in database design, we have two types of cardinality. We have 1 and n. 1 you use when you just need one single value for this field. So it's the case of the address table here. So the address relation to the user here. So the user just have one single address. So in this way, the cardinality of the address is 1. And you have the cardinality n. Nice. N is more than 1 in this case. So it is the case of the phone here. So it's basically the cardinality concept is easy in this way. Nice. So another concept that you have in database design is the concept of obligation. So the obligation basically says if a determinate field is obligatory or not. So we can say here in our database project that our address field is obligatory. Nice. So I need to guarantee that each user in my system has an address, and we can do it using MySQL. Nice. We can do it. We can guarantee the obligatory of a determinate field using a command in SQL called not null. Nice. So we can say that in our system, my address table here, relation to my user here, it will be obligatory. And in the same way, I can say that it's not obligatory that I have a phone number, for instance. So obligation is about if you showed a determinate value in your table or not. Nice. So it's easy in this way. Obligation. The word explain itself. Nice. So how do we represent it in diagram? Easy. We can get the text tool here. So I will get the text tool and put here at the top. And to represent cardinality and obligation of a table in a diagram, we use this structure here. First, obligation, after cardinality, in this way. Nice, in this structure. So we can say if a table is obligatory or not, just put 0 or 1. 0 means false, 1 means true. So I can say that my phone table, my phone field is not obligatory relation to my user table here. And about the cardinality, I want to the user have how many phones it wish. So here I will put n. So we can say that the cardinality of my phone table is 0, or in other words, sorry, the obligation of my phone table is 0, and the cardinality of my phone table is n. Nice. So it means that this table here, I can have how many phones I want to one single user in this case, and and the phone table is not obligatory relationate to the users table. Nice. Let's get another text here, put here up to the address table, and in my system I want to the address is obligatory. So here I'll put 1, and I want to have one single address about cardinality. So I put 1 here. So in this way, we say that it's obligatory that a user has an address, and each user should has one single address. Basically it. Nice? And we can do the same thing for the user. We can put here and say that in our system, user is obligatory that a user exists in user's table, and a user just represents a single register, a single record. So how do we read it? So we define our cardinality and our obligation in our database in this way. So now we can start define relationship. So we can say that the relationship between user and phone is 1 to n, 1 to many, 1 to many. So we can say that relationship between, relationship between phone and user is 1 to many, because we define here in the cardinality field here 1 to n, one to many. So what it means? It means that one single user can have how many phone numbers it wish. Nice. So it is the importance of the cardinality and the obligation in your database project, because using it, you know how many relationship and which type of each relationship that you will have in your database project. So basically, you have three main types of relationship. In other words, two main types of relationship, right? Which is most common. You have the one-to-one relationship, and you have the on-to-many relationship. Nice, but you have a third type that is not common, which is the many-to-many relationship. But we just gonna talk about these two one here. So here, the relationship between the phone and the user is one-to-many, because we define here in our cardinality. So one user can have n phone numbers. Nice. And the relationship between user and address is 1-to-1. Nice. So one, let me put here user and address is 1-to-1. So we define the type of each relationship by this second information here in our structure. So the first information is about the obligatory of the table of the field. So it's not obligatory that I have a phone number to a user, and it's obligatory that I have an address to a user. And we define the relationship by the second field here. So as I said, 1-to-n means one-to-many. So I can have, a user can have how many phones it wish, and the relationship between the user and address here is 1-to-1. So it means that a single user can have one single address. One single address. So the relationship is 1-to-1. Nice. So it's basically it. Database design is basically it. You follow the first normal rule, the first normal form. You learn about cardinality, you learn about obligation, and you learn about relationship, and you make a diagram. And from this diagram, you start to create your database design project in MySQL. Nice. So it's basically it. Nice. There is no difficulty here. So it's really easy. And in the next lessons, we're gonna take this diagram here and create a real database project from this diagram. So that's it, guys. I see you in the next lesson.